Way back in 1936, which was 1 year after the Gallup poll got underway, Dr. George Gallup decided to ask the American public if they approved or disapproved of labor unions. At that time, 72% of Americans said they did, and again, that was in the middle of the Depression. Now that we're at Labor Day 2013, lo, these many years later, it's a good time to update the trend on that measure, which we have kept active all these many decades since Gallup first asked it way back in 1936. Current data, 54% of Americans say they approve of labor unions, so that's down considerably from where it was in the Depression, but certainly not down as much as some might think. Now, when we look at the recent trend, we can see that there's actually been a significant drop-off in approval just in recent years. Earlier in the last decade, that would be through the 2000s, we had approval as high as 60-65% at times for labor unions. Then came the end of the last decade and the beginning of this decade, and the results began to drop. We got down to several years in a row where approval was at 52%, so the current 54% is actually a slight increase in approval. A majority approve of labor unions, but not back up to the near 3/4 that was apparent back in 1936. We do ask another question. Do you think that you would like to see labor unions have more influence in the country, less influence, or about the same? Well, a third say more influence, 38% say they would like to have labor unions have less influence, and the rest say about the same. That's an update for you here at Labor Day 2013 on Americans' views towards labor unions. Here in Washington, D.C., I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Gallup Editor-in-Chief.